One of the first few movies to focus on the time of Thanksgiving is the John Hughes comedy Planes, Trains, and Dong. Where is my automobile? Automobile? Different line from a different John Hughes movie. This is not one of his first films for adults. I think I would count She's Having a Baby as that first. Before that, he would write films for a teenage generation like 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, and so forth. And getting the talents of Steve Martin and John Candy, you can't be expect of nothing more than greatness, and that's what you get in this comedy. You do. There have been so many imitators after this movie, like such films as Tommy Boy, The Hangover, and Due Date. And don't get me wrong, they were all good in their own right, but they can't top this. They don't hold a candle to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. They don't. The film is about Neil Page, an advertising executive who is just trying to make it home in time for Thanksgiving to spend with his family, and it's 2 days before Thanksgiving. And you wonder what could possibly go wrong. Well, pretty much everything. He tries to get a cab at the wrong time of the day. He arrives late for his flight. And who does he run into at the airport is Del Griffin, played by the late great John Candy. A shower curtain ring salesman who unwittingly took Neil's cab during rush hour. Dale feels bad and tries to make it up to him, and when his flight gets delayed to Wichita, Neil discovers he's got to depend on Dell and hopes to make it home in time for Thanksgiving. And even though Dell's a really sweet guy, he has habits that could drive Neil up a wall. How will this all play out? Well, you're gonna have to see the movie to find out. I gotta say, when I first saw the trailer back in '87, it was quite deceiving. I thought this was gonna be just a typical screwball comedy, and John Candy was gonna be written as this lovable dimwit. But when I saw the movie, it was nothing like that at all. I mean, it was a comedy, but John Candy's character, Del Griffin, was not a dimwit. He was a very nice guy, but he is but he's like annoying, but he's never intentionally annoying. And I like a scene that they have a dramatic moment where they're arguing in the hotel, and I gotta say, John Candy should have got nominated for an Oscar for that scene, because I thought the way he delivers the line, like, what you see is what you get, about himself, and oh man, that was nothing short of brilliant. I mean, John Candy had a real warm screen presence. It's a shame he passed away, because he just makes any film he was in memorable, and this film is no exception. And he had such great chemistry with Steve Martin. It's a shame they would never pair up again, because they just played off each other perfectly. Steve Martin as Neil Page, I mean, he may come across as a jerk. I mean, at times he may feel sorry for him, other times he may come across as unlikable, but you gotta realize, you gotta put situations, if you were put in the similar situations he was in, you probably would have reacted the same way. And that's the brilliance of John Hughes' writing. You still cared about him, and you hated seeing bad things happen to him. Yeah, John Hughes was real brilliant when he wrote this movie. You get in the side of the thought processes of the characters, and I like the way even the smallest of characters in this movie even get their chance to shine. That's always the same in John Hughes' movie. So I give this movie a 10 out of 10, and have a happy Thanksgiving.